Today we're going to show you how to change the lower door closing cam on your refrigerator. It's a really easy job. All you're going to need is a 5/16 nut driver and a small flat blade screwdriver. Let me show you how we do it. Now, this door closer cam fits both the freezer door and the fresh food door, and the procedures are very similar, but we're going to show you the one for the freezer door because it does have a couple extra steps to it. The first thing we'll need to do is disconnect the power. We'll next open both doors. And when changing the cam on the freezer side, we need to remove the bottom kick plate and disconnect the water line. So just grasp the kick plate, just as a friction fit on each end. Pop that off, set it aside. Locate the water line, has a quick connect coupling. Simply depress the collet on the coupling on the door side and pull the tubing out. There may be a little water in that tubing, so you should have something there to collect that. Next, we can close the door again. And then we'll remove the top hinge cover and the hinge. Next, we'll remove the cover for the top hinge. There's a single 5/16 screw. Remove that first. We'll set the hinge cover aside. Next, we'll disconnect the wire harness that supplies the dispenser. And then we'll remove the 3 5/16 screws that secure the hinge to the cabinet. Now, before we take the door off of the refrigerator, we should ensure that we've removed all the items from the bins, because we're going to take that door and we're going to set it on a suitable work surface where we can change the door closer cam. Simply lift up on the door, gently pull that tubing through the hole in the bottom, and then we'll set the door aside. Now that we have the door on a suitable work surface, we're going to remove the single 5/16 hex head screw that secures that door closer to the door. And take note, that's a shoulder type screw that fits precisely into the opening on that closer. Next, with a flat blade, we'll just get in under the edge of that a bit, pry that out, and you can turn it slightly to clear the door closer. Slide it right off. Take our new closer, insert the tubing through it, push it into the opening, and rotate it till it's parallel with the door. It has a 6-sided base on that closer, so it'll only fit into that bracket one way. Make sure it's seated firmly. And we'll reinstall that shoulder screw. And just make sure that it lines up properly with the hole in the door closer cam. Snug that up. Now we're ready to reinstall the door. Now, when reinstalling the door, we need to feed that water line through the hole in the door closer, so you'll probably need some help to guide that through there. We'll lift up on the door, guide the tubing through. And we'll swing the door closed. And we'll just let the magnetic gasket hold the door in place until we secure the hinge. Now we'll just gently snug those 3 screws up first, not tighten them until we line up the door. We're looking for an even gap from top to bottom and the same height on both sides. So push the door into position and hold it there, and then tighten the screws. Make sure they're very tight so they don't move. We can now reconnect the wire harness. And install the hinge cover. Now we're ready to reconnect the water line and the kick plate. Now to get a little visibility, we'll open the freezer door up. We'll locate that water line. Just inspect the end of that and make sure that there's no burrs on it. And we'll simply insert that tubing into the coupler until it bottoms out. And pull on it, make sure that it's nice and snug. Then we're going to locate the two tabs on the end of the kick plate with the two spring fasteners, one on each side. Snap that back in place. We're ready to reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.